Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Provost Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
You ever make little humming noises?
No, I never do.
Do you do that, Kay?
No.
You don't? Like when you're sitting there, are you still officed where you're at, your normal office space, or did you move? I haven't been over there in a while. Are you in that spot?
When I'm there, I'm there.
Okay.
I'm in that office.
Because I didn't know if you were like me, my employees used to, because I worked really close to them. And so, in fact, one of my main tech, his desk was next to mine. I didn't have like a separate area. I just put him right next to me because we talked so much that it made sense. And I'd sit there and make little noises while I was working, like, and wouldn't even realize it. And they had to correct me, like, hey, trying to work over here, man. You're making these weird noises. So you don't do that?
No, I'm quiet.
No, but I have a great nephew that when we play War Thunder, he sings and dances. And
What is War Thunder?
it's a video game.
War Thunder.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What year was it? New?
What do you mean what year it was? It's been on for 12 years.
It's kind of like the Quake Arena. And all. See, Rick and I just hit a new dumpling level. We can start talking video games later on in the show. Yes.
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 I only play War Thunder.
Every time I hear the word yes, there was a broadcaster back in the day and like a really good, I think it's Marv Albert was his name. And I think he still broadcasts. I don't keep up a lot with it anymore, but I'd watch like the NBA when they were in the playoffs, and Marv was a really big broadcaster on NBC, and a player would go for three, and he'd be like, Sean Elliott for three, and then instead of when he made the shot, he would, instead of saying like he made it, he would go, yes. That was like his thing. So I did that a few times, but then I realized I shouldn't copy people. But I just liked how he said it. Yes. It had like this Sean Connery-esque to yes. Yes. I'm not the last one. I made the shot. I don't even know where we're going this morning.
I have no idea.
Welcome. Do you ever know where you're going?
The only time I know when I'm going is like when I'm on my way here. And then you know what? I didn't know where I was going. I found out this morning I could shave off a few extra minutes because when I come into church here, I have the privilege to pick up a very special lady in the morning. So I pick her up and bring her here to Miss Molly, who works the front of our church. And so And it's a privilege. I love doing that, by the way. I told her the other day, I said, you don't know how much this means to me just doing that, because I really miss my grandmother. I used to always take my grandmother around, and that was some of my favorite things that I did, driving around. And so it reminds me a lot of my grandmother when I get to pick her up. But I had been, after I go to the academy on Veterans Memorial, I was going back down Veterans the other way instead of hitting 30. For some reason, like Googlina, she told me to go that way. And then you cross over the Smither Bridge, right?
Yeah.
That area. And then I would come all the way back and weave in and out and go by Pritchett Field, and then, because she lives around the corner back over there. Well, this morning, I noticed on my GPS, I was like, it seems like it would be a little bit shorter just to go on 30.
Yeah.
And so I turned out of the academy, Tomorrow's Promise Academy, after dropping off Braylon and Caden. And all of a sudden, my GPS went from like 8 minutes to 5 minutes.
It's amazing.
I was like, my goodness, I just got 3 minutes of my life right back, right here, right now. And so I picked up Molly this morning. It was like 6:52. Normally it's right around 7. And so we were here at the church before 7 a.m. I said, man, this was great.
And
so
yet we were still locked out.
Yeah,
and
I sat out in my car for 30
I
minutes.
had y'all locked out this morning. So I forgot about y'all. You know, it was funny because I was in there doing some stuff, and I looked down, and it was like 7:15. I said, I bet Rick and Kay are here, and I should have opened that door.
The lights were off, door was locked.
Now, y'all weren't really waiting by that door that long.
No.
were you? Okay. That made me
In
feel
fact,
bad.
she walked up to the door, and I noticed it was locked because she tried it. So I started around the building, and she hollered at me.
Okay. So you had just pulled on it, then you just got up
Oh,
there.
no, we sat out in the car for a while.
Okay. I mean, maybe
We
it
have
was
our alarm
nice and
set
warm.
for a certain time to leave the house, so
just boom, boom, get it and go.
That's
and that
right.
usually gets us here about 10 minutes early.
Y'all are usually here, what, like 7:10-ish, 7:15-ish?
I pulled up in front of your building at the 7-Eleven this morning.
7-Eleven. Slurpee?
Yeah, I had a slurp.
Big gulp?
No, I just slurped a lot.
There's a radio personality in Austin, a guy named Bob Cole. Now, I can't go into the details, but I will just say that it involved a traffic jam, kind of like I really need to pull over, and a big gulp cup. And that's all I'm going to say. I never met this guy before, and he goes into this full story. Never met him. And he goes into a 30-minute story. This guy's a storyteller. He can make anything. He could talk about this wall and make it interesting. That's how good of a storyteller he is. And his voice is mesmerizing. It's like he's got like the Cooter voice, right? You know, when you hear Cooter, it's like, wow, man, this is a great voice. Bob Cole's voice is that way, and he doesn't fake who he is when he's in the public. He talks some radio guys, they'll like force it on the air, and then when you talk to them in person, they don't sound anything like they normally do. It's really weird. Bob sounds exactly like who he is on the radio when you talk to him in person. You would think that you're listening to the radio when he talks. Well, hey, Kay, it's good to see you this morning. How are you? It's Bob Cole here. Boy, it's cold outside. It's how he is. We'll share that, Rick, on the $100 a month behind the scenes Good Morning Huntsville show.
I like that part.
Well, hey, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being a part of it this morning. We so appreciate your engagement. Thanks for hanging out with us here on another very, very wonderful Wednesday, episode number 426, as we get rolling here this morning on a very cold but beautiful January the 8th of 2025. I'm here with our good friends Rick and Kay Boning of Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Big shout out to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. We had the privilege yesterday, Elliot and I, to go and deliver an $1,100 check to Care Center Huntsville for the Diamonds of Hope fundraiser from last year. So thank all of you for being a part of that. And the great folks at the Care Center Huntsville, Jackie Barham and her staff are just incredible. And we appreciate them. But we are here, and I love being here on Wednesdays because I love hanging out with my friends, Miss Kay and Mr. Rick. So good to see y'all. What have y'all been up to? Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year, Ron.
We didn't see y'all last week. It's been 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And you didn't even miss. There was no note on my door. Welcome back. Nothing.
Did y'all get, you probably didn't get them. Did you know I brought cookies while y'all were out of town? I dropped them off at the academy, so that's why they ate them. I brought cookies to all of our foundation sponsors, and I've been asking a bunch of them. They're like, we didn't get them. It's because I gave them to other people, and I guess they ate them and just kept them. So
Didn't even hear a word about it.
didn't even hear a word. I had a card on there. I wrote a card and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I left it over there with Miss Charlotte. Charlotte probably
That'll
ate the cookie.
teach you.
That's okay. So I should have brought some to the other building.
Well, we're used to being the stepchildren.
Yeah, it's okay. But no, it's just crazy to think about, Kay, how fast time has went, because it literally has been a couple of weeks, with New Year's and Christmas and all that. So it's good to see you guys back and good to hang out with you. It's so good to be here on a Wednesday. Just let us know, Kay, briefly, what have you been up to? How's the new year going so far? Are you hitting the ground running, or is it kind of a slow and steady race?
Both.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on which aspect of the business you're talking about. So when you have 3 different locations, you got 3 different things going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going over budgets and enrolling children and setting our goals for the new year and just.
Is enrollment kind of does enrollment kind of go on all the time? Is it an ongoing thing, or does it kind of depend on a number of factors? I've always wanted to know that.
There's a big push a lot of times in August and for some reason January. But we enroll all year long. I mean, babies aren't just born in August and January.
Well, you're going to have to wait to have that baby.
So, we enroll all the time. People move into town. People change child care centers, or they get a job, or they might change their shift at work that needs to be at a different place, or they need child care now. So there's a lot of different reasons why people enroll all year long. And
yeah, it's good. Y'all have been so good, and we had moved Braylon over with Caden now at the academy just to make it easier for me and Bridget when we're dropping them off. It wasn't a huge deal, but it does save some time, and it's neat because
that's kind of on your path.
It's right on the path of kind of when I come into work, I go down Veterans Memorial, I drop them off both there, and then I kind of swing back here to the church, to the studio, and everything. It flows really, really nicely. But what I want to say is I just absolutely love the education, the Montessori education that my children are getting, and you can get that too at Tomorrow's Promise. They're online at tomorrowspromise.info. Our children are just thriving. And what I love yesterday, and I was trying to pull up a photo real quick, and I don't have the ability to share my phone screen through this, but y'all use an app called Brightwell. Love the app. It keeps you up to date on everything. One of my favorite things, you know what I can do? I can probably do like a webcam thing. Let me see if I can do this again. I haven't did this in a while. Oh, no, I can't. My daughter, I'll just show it to you here. My little girl, they sent a picture yesterday. And it's like, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Oh, look. I can download it. Hold on. I want to show this because, one, I like bragging about my little girl because I love her and my little boy. But two, I just think it's so cool. And here's what I got out of this photo, okay? And people will see this in a minute, what I'm talking about. It's leadership skills. It's not just her doing something. The way that I looked at her at 3 years old and I see the other children around her, I kind of saw her as like a leader. Would that be valid to say that?
Yeah.
Because of just looking at how the other children were looking at her while she was doing this. And I'll show you what it is. I'm trying to pull it up here.
And that's one of the neat things about Montessori is children will show other children how to do lessons. And, once you learn how to do something, one of the ways to reinforce that learning is to show someone else.
Yeah, there it is. Check that out. So I just love this picture because here's my little darling right here. She told me this morning, she goes, I'm Mom's darling too, Daddy. I said, okay. But I love this because here she is pouring some sand, pouring, and then look at the little girl behind her and the little boy next to her. They're both just looking like, this is awesome. Isn't that cool? That picture, right? I didn't just see this as my little girl pouring sand. I saw it as her learning and teaching others, and I saw like a leadership trait out of that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. If you just look at a photo, maybe that's some inspiration this morning. As you look around and see things, maybe meditate on those things a little bit more and think more about them. Don't just gloss over stuff.
Yeah. She's also learning to read and write.
Yeah, that's cool. From this? Mm-hmm. Explain that part.
Okay, so the hand development, she's working on developing those muscles in her hand that's going to be used later for handwriting. And then the concentration, she's working on order, coordination, independence. I forgot the other C. Order, concentration, coordination, and independence. But also, she, in that picture, is working left to right. So she is, whenever you move from left to right, you're working on the pattern of reading.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, it really made me stop and think about, there's a class I was taking at ORU and it's teaching us to like, it says it's okay if it even takes you a month to read one, to focus on maybe a sentence in the Bible, like one scripture. It's okay to just take a month. If you don't understand it, take a month and meditate on it till you fully kind of understand what it's trying to say. Does that make sense? I just threw in like kind of fully.
Fully?
I had a pastor one time that did a whole sermon on 3 words.
Yeah, isn't that
Paul,
cool?
a bondservant. And I was like,
That's 4 words.
Paul, a bondservant. I thought bondservant was 1 word. Okay, 4 words then.
Well, bond, it has a hyphen in it, so it counts as 1 word. Bondservant. I'm picking up what you're putting down. He's just trying to throw it off.
Yeah.
Rick.
So,
I
but
wasn't there.
There was so much
You're not a
information in just those few words.
Yeah, it's neat. And so that is the inspiration this morning. We always find something every day, and it's, stop and smell the roses. You hear that phrase all the time, but have you ever, like, literally stop and smell a flower?
I did. I got stung by a bee.
Did you really?
Never do that. Never.
Did it go up in the nostril?
That's why this eye sticks out a little bit.
TDCJ called, we got the bee snorter again. Got to pick him up. No, the other day, like I was walking through HEB and I literally stopped and smelled some of the flowers. People probably thought I was like, what's this dude doing, But Braylon was with me, and so I taught her that too. I said, hey, let's smell these flowers. She was smelling. But except she's learning to smell, so she was sniffing out. Like you could hear the air. She's like, I said, baby, you got to sniff in. You don't sniff out. The flower doesn't want to smell you. You want to smell the flower. So just stop, take a moment, and be thankful too. This new year, I'm really excited. Kay, I know I'm just kind of fireballing a couple of things at you, but here we are in the new year. What are some things have you thought about this new year? Maybe some things that you're kind of thinking about in 2025, or maybe some things you're looking forward to.
Oh, you mean what my goals are?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, or anything. Just whatever maybe is on your mind about 2025, or what do you. Or what's the process like for you in a new year, based on previous years? What do you kind of do? What do you look forward to? Those kind of things. Rick's over here laughing like, wait a minute.
You'd be here for 3 hours. She's been working on taxes so far this year.
Oh, yeah. Hey, but that's good. Somebody needs to be motivated to get their taxes done early.
Okay.
It's not
It's
early.
It's not a bad. No. I'm working on finishing 2023 taxes.
Okay.
And at the same time working on 2024.
That's all right.
My CPA keeps asking me questions about 2023 because we're still trying to finish those.
Yeah.
And so
And
based
it's
on those
2025 now.
based on those questions, I'm like, oh, I categorized this wrong or incorrectly, or I need to go back and fix this for 2024. So my goal for that, just in tax regards, is not to have to file an extension this year.
So see, here's the motivation. Kay's a little bit stressed about this, so if you don't want to be like Kay, do it. No, no, it is. Every year, I'm glad you brought this up because every year I do the extension, and I've done it every year for probably the past 50. Ever since I went into business, I always did the extension. Now, my old accountant, I love this guy. He was really awesome, and I'm using Sarah Jones now in Conroe, and I try to keep things local. But I will give full credit to Nancy over at Tax Express because I reached out to Nancy and I said, and when
They do a good job.
she does a wonderful job. And when I was, and I asked her, and this is why I give her so much credit because I asked her this. I said, hey, I've got this and this and this, and she was so honest with me. She goes, I wish I could help you. I can help you with this, but she goes, I think you would be better served to go to somebody else because of the complexity. Because we have a bunch of like K1 forms we have to do and all this. And she goes, we do some of those, but yours is so complex and so many different avenues that she goes, I think that Sarah Jones down in Conroe would be the person you'd go to. And that was so awesome for her to be so honest with me. And I refer people to Nancy all the time, but Sarah has taken excellent care of me. Nancy hit the nail on the head whenever, finding somebody. Sarah, and then all of a sudden, like I'm seeing Sarah Jones' billboard up on 45. You know, her little business is not little anymore. It's growing like wildfire, but it's because they have such great service. And so I want to give credit to Nancy Reeves for just being so honest and open and saying, hey, I can't help you with this part, but I know who can.
Well, Nancy's a nice lady anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and if my form, our taxes were 3 or 4 pages long, or even 10 or 20 pages long, you know, I could do them. I did them for years. I've been doing my own taxes since I was 14. And then finally, it's long story, but when I started school and I was going through a divorce, I started paying somebody to do them, just because of my ex-husband. And to have that level of the CPA to be able to talk to the IRS. And now our taxes are like 300 and some pages.
Here's what
and
you do.
It's just, you know, awful.
Yeah. Here's what I was going to suggest. Because I know how the nonprofit stuff works a little bit.
Oh, that's separate than our personal taxes.
Yeah, so
our personal taxes are like 300 pages.
So here's where I'm going on the nonprofit thing. If you want to make the nonprofit one easier, I'm sure all of your employees would love to work for free.
That'd be great.
I'm sure that, and then you don't have to have the payroll that you have.
Right.
And then just
if
tell
they'd all work for free, we could afford to have killed there for free.
So so ask your employees, say, we just love y'all so much. You know, could you just give your time 100%? So do that. Then tell all the parents out there, you don't have to pay us anymore up until $49,500. Because once you hit $50,000, then you got to start sending in those reports. The only way I know this is like for us, for Spirit Media, because we're under $50,000 a year, and trust me, way under right now. Like
under $50 a year.
Yeah, we're under 50 cents a year. But in all seriousness, like if you're under that, all you got to do is send in you just sign something that says our revenue is under 50,000. Boom, you're done. Somebody told me, wait till you get to $50,000, $1. Then the whole game changes in that. Yeah. I was like, please, no, I'm not looking forward to it.
Keep your dollar.
Yeah, just here.
Let me give you $10.
Take it back. But no, so maybe that's some motivation. You know, this year I only had one employee, and it was Michelle, and I hadn't had employees in a long time, and so I'd almost kind of forgot how to do all this because my accountant used to help me with it all. Well, I didn't want to burden Sarah and have to pay for that because I knew I could do that part. And so I went through and paid the taxes, and I really should have been paying those probably quarterly. When I had my IT business, I had to pay monthly. There used to be a stipulation that you only had to pay annually if it was under a certain amount. Mm-hmm. You cannot do that anymore unless the IRS straight up sends you a letter and says you can file annually. If you don't get that letter, you can't do that. And I haven't got the letter yet. So I went through and did all that. Long story short is I got her form to her that she needed, and I've never done that on my own. It was you have until the 31st to get your employees their W-2.
My employees got theirs Monday.
Yeah, we spent the weekend making those.
Like, doesn't that feel good to just get that over with?
Oh, well, I'm leaving on vacation on the 20th, so I've got to get everything that's due by the 31st done by the 20th.
Yeah, so. That's a lot. So anyways, some motivation this morning. Get her done. If you can, get her done. And you'll feel a lot better. I just know, and it was just one for me, so it was a lot easier. But just getting that done, I was like, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now, when I had my IT company, ADP did our payroll. And, I mean, it was like Johnny on the spot. All that stuff was done, and I took it for granted once I had to start doing it on my own again. Because when I had my sports broadcasting business, we had to do it. And it's let's don't talk about all these tax things anymore. So anyways.
He brought it up.
I just know what you've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. Brings up another point. Abolish the IRS. Let's make things a lot easier. Fair tax.
I would like the fair tax.
Everybody over 65 shouldn't have to pay taxes anymore.
I agree.
I would like to see property taxes go away, too.
So this isn't a political discussion, but I do want to bring this up. The fair tax idea just seems like it makes sense.
It does to me, too.
You pay a tax on everything that you buy, straight up, whatever off the board. And here's the reason why I think it works. If you can afford to buy the bigger ticket items, you pay more tax. If you can't afford to buy the big ticket items, you don't pay the tax. You pay less tax.
And food and medication isn't covered. It's just like a national sales tax.
Yeah.
And food and medication are exempt.
It makes sense to me because if you can't afford the big things, you can't afford them anyways. If you can, you can. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think there should just be a flat rate across the board. I know, what was it, Ron Paul, was that his name? And here in Texas, he was real big, or ran. I think it was his son or either him back in the day was really pushing for this fair tax. And then the discussion just kind of ended. But you think about, like, the IRS, boy, the red alarms are going off on social media right now. Like, they're being alerted because I said IRS, so the alerting are going off. It's like, rah, rah, rah. But it just seems like
stop the fact checking.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Zuckerberg posted about that. Yeah, and they said they're moving. Did you read about this, Rick? So Facebook said that they're stopping all this fact checking. They're going to get back to just being kind of a more open platform. Now everybody's saying they're leaving and going to Blue Sky. That's the new threat.
Okay,
it's
go
another
ahead.
social media place. So whatever. But it's funny because they're saying they're leaving for Blue Sky as they're still posting on Facebook, which doesn't make sense. But here's the deal. Zuckerberg said, "Hey, we're going to get rid of all this." Here's the one thing: they will have like some community people still that are involved. But he says, we're going to move those teams. We're moving that out of California and we're moving into Texas. so there's no bias. I just thought that was kind of like, what does that mean?
Well, there's still going to be a Texas bias.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're from Texas, you're automatically better than most people.
Yeah.
It also depends on what part of Texas, because...
Yeah, it depends. But
Yeah.
anyways.
Austin is known as Eastern California.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in that area. So their slogan was Keep Austin Weird. Ours was Keep Georgetown Normal. We had shirts that were made that said Keep Georgetown Normal. Those shirts obviously the message didn't get heard. We live in Huntsville now for a reason. So, but anyways, New Year's here. I'm excited, Kay. I really do believe this is, you got to have the mindset. Like I said yesterday, and my dad taught me this, it's what's in between your ears dictates kind of how things are. And what did he mean by that? He mean by your mindset. Now, obviously, God has a big part of that. But if we're going to wake up every day and be sour and bitter, our day is going to end up being sour and bitter. The days that I have bad days, I think about how I wake up, and I wake up in a negative attitude. I'm just being transparent and honest. I wake up saying, I already know that. And it's hard. I told Bridget, and Bridget knows, and it's hard for her because she's working 12 hours, but it ends up being 13-plus hour shifts. And I'm getting up early, so now I'm the one that's getting the children, feeding them, getting them ready. And that takes a while. And I'd never know how they're going to act. You don't know from day to day if this morning is going to be a really easy morning or if it's going to be a tough morning. That's just how little ones are.
That's how she has to deal with me.
This will tie into Kay's Wednesday wisdom. Yeah. Kay wakes up and she's like at the kitchen table while you're still in there asleep. She's pulling her hair. I don't know what Rick's going to do today. I don't want to go poke the bear. Leave him alone. Is he going to be nice? No, I'm just kidding.
That's a better attitude, yeah.
But it is, though. Like for me, Kay, I and I'm not saying it negatively or anything negative about my children, but it's not predictable. I don't know if Braylon is going to be like, hey, Daddy, and all lovable like she is most of the time, or some mornings it's like, leave me alone. I don't want to wear that. And when it's those mornings where it's like, I don't want to wear that. I don't like these socks. And I give her two choices. It's either this or this. And maybe you can provide some Kay's Wednesday wisdom on this, but and that used to work up until a couple of months ago. I used to only give her two choices. I got it from a sales class I took. Mm-hmm. You give people, hey, do you want to meet at 1:30 or 3:30? You don't say, hey, well, let's meet later today. You say, hey, are you available at 1:30 today or 3:30? Makes people think about it more. So I thought, well, I'll apply these sales tactics to my children. Do you want to wear this or this? It worked great up until a couple of months ago. And now she's understood, I don't want any of it, Daddy. And then she goes into her room and starts pulling clothes out of the drawer.
My son, Jeremy, one day I let him pick out what he wanted. And most of the time I let him pick out what he wanted. And he had, some matching outfits and stuff. And he put on a Chicago Bulls hat.
There you go, Jordan.
Power Rangers shirt. Put on his Winnie the Pooh underwear backwards because he wanted to see Winnie the Pooh, which was on the bottom side, not the front side. 101 Dalmatian shorts. Then he put on a Hercules shoe that had about a 2 2-inch heel on it. It was like a sandal, and an Aladdin sandal that had a 1/2-inch heel. And this is one of those days when I go to Walmart and he's limping around uneven feet. And I was looked at him and I said, "Do you at least want to put on the same size shoes or the same shoe?" And he looked at me and says, "No." And I said, "Okay." And so we walked out the door. Back then you had to have cameras with film and everything. I wish I had a picture of him because nothing matched. But he had on every one of his favorite things. And so it's like, there wasn't any reason why he couldn't wear that. He was covered.
And yet she gets upset with me when I do that.
And, so, you can go with, pick out an outfit the night before, or let her go in there and figure out what she wants to wear. Just, say.
But that takes longer.
We have 5 minutes,
Yeah, I'll tell her.
There was one morning that he would not get dressed, and so I put him in the car seat in his underwear.
Just put him in the car naked. Here we go.
With the clothes next to him. And I'm not sure how he did it, but he managed to get those shorts on and the shirt on, and he did not unbuckle.
Wow. Houdini.
But he was determined he was not going to walk into the school in his underwear.
Yeah.
So,
Now, see, that works. That's really good. Like this morning, good example, Braylon did not want a jacket. Yesterday, she wanted a jacket. Absolutely did not want a jacket. Now, I had a long sleeve shirt on her and long pants, but I said, okay, well, what are we going to do because it's cold? And she goes, I want my blanket. I said, okay, perfect. So I just wrapped her up in her blanket and put her in the car seat, and that was perfectly fine. I don't know. I think my daughter is, if you aren't susceptible to the cold, like if you like it to be cold and it doesn't bother you, what is that? What is that called?
Psychopathic.
Like cold-natured, I guess. Could you say you're cold-natured kind of?
I don't know if there's a term for it or not, but like Jeremy, when he was a baby, in the winter, if I put a onesie on him, that you would normally put on a baby to be warm, he would break out in sweats.
That's what Caden does.
And so he wore short-sleeved, things all.
He now lives
winter.
in Minnesota, so that gives you some idea.
And he's up there in Minnesota and loving it because he
was
just
used to
hates it being this hot. And we've got a brother-in-law that runs around in shorts and Amarillo all the time. And he went up to Alaska to visit, and he just loved it,
It's like 20 degrees, and he's out in his shorts.
Yeah.
And he starts playing the George Strait, Amarillo by morning, hospital by afternoon.
Well, he spent a lot of time in the hospital because he's very, I don't want to say clumsy. He's a handy guy, but he's had a few accidents.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways.
So there are people that are more acclimated toward the cold.
I'm not.
I think my daughter
I'm wearing a
and
jacket now.
I think my daughter and I are. I was sweating this morning walking out of the house. And Braylon was like, it's cold, Daddy, but I don't want this. And, like, she wanted her blanket, but then as soon as we got, she said, I don't want it anymore. It's hot. I was like, yes, my daughter likes the cold like Daddy. That's why we're in Fargo.
Just
we
be
didn't mind
prepared. She might be moved to Minnesota when she gets older.
I'll tell her the stories of my 8-month adventure, and maybe it'll change her mind. The only thing that I remember is, we came back. One of the things, not the only thing, but one thing that I remember when we came back, she was really little still. I mean, she just turned 3, back in November. But she remembers vaguely grass. She remembered grass. She never saw grass when we were in Fargo because it was just snow it was almost snow the entire time we were there. As soon as we got back home, we came into Huntsville. We got in really late, so we stayed at a hotel because we knew we're not moving furniture. So we stayed at a hotel here in Huntsville that night. And in the morning is when we got up early and we started unloading. And it's that morning when we got to the house, Braylon saw the grass, ran to the grass, started rolling in it. Thought she got into like a dead rabbit or something, like a dog. Starts rolling in it. And she goes, grass, Daddy! And was rolling in the grass. The poor thing had forgotten what grass was. So it was kind of a neat thing. Well, let's take a break. I know, Kay, you've got to get rolling here at 8:15. So let's take a very quick break. When we come back, I want to do some more Kay's Wednesday wisdom about saying no when we come back. So listen up for this one. We'll take a quick break. Kay does have to hop out of here. We will have Rick's Top 10, by the way, at the end of the show, so make sure you stay joined in for that today. We'll take a quick break. Hey, how about a gift card to Cafe Texan since y'all are here today?
Yeah, I love you too, Rob.
All you got to do is text in the keyword cold. See, not only is it Cafe Texan Day, but it's also cold in honor of Rick. Text in cold along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations
It's just
phone.
really cold that you're, giving away a card today when we can't win.
That's why
It's
I did
just
it, yeah.
cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
cold-hearted.
It's cold-hearted. Cold along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. As always, our shows here on this very wonderful Wednesday made possible by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Over 25 years of excellence here in Huntsville. If you're looking for a place for your child not only to be taken care of, but to succeed, to learn, to grow, to develop, the Montessori education is simply the best, and you can get it here in Huntsville exclusively at Tomorrow's Promise. More information online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Imagine a professional office space that elevates your business image without the corporate price tag. Huntsville Executive Office Suites are coming soon to Lake Road. Enjoy high-speed internet, a fully equipped kitchen, and 24/7 secure access. Take advantage of our live answering service, advertising on our outdoor video sign, and a convenient location just a quarter mile from SHSU. Lease terms start at 6 months. Call Raven Property Management at 936-225-4378. Huntsville Executive Office Suites. Grow your business without outgrowing your budget.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
The spirit of Huntsville, the Spirit 94.3.
Alrighty, little chili today. Hot tamale. Speaking of which, do you like tamales, Kay?
Not really.
I'm a huge tamale fan with ketchup. Rick looks like a tamale type guy.
I am a tamale type guy, but I don't eat them with ketchup.
Jalapeno, cream, cheese, tamales.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, buddy. Well, sometimes you just got to say no, and sometimes you don't have to say no. What if your child says, I want a tamale, and they say no, or you say no to them? It's our K's Wednesday Wisdom, some alternatives to saying no to children today. And I picked this one, Kay. You send me a lot of these, and then we pick one. And I really wanted to pick this one because I need to know what to do. So, Kay, this is for me this morning. Thank you. But it's alternatives to saying no to young children. Give us some insight on this today. Or even to your spouse, how to say no.
She's got a lot of experience there.
Well, first off, try telling.
Can I buy a car?
Not today. We'll talk later. The first thing is try to tell them what you want them to do.
Okay.
So, for example, if you say don't walk or don't run, all they hear and process is the word run. They're neurologically incapable of processing the word don't. So all they hear when you say don't run is all they hear is run. And so then they look at you funny when you start yelling at them later, or, I told you to quit running, kind of thing. All they heard was run, and they get confused because that's what they heard you say. But if you tell them to walk, then it's clear, concise, and they don't have to process that other word. And so if you can rephrase things to be walk, use your inside feet, instead of don't yell, don't jump, don't this, We have heard don't so much that when we hear the word don't, we automatically pay attention to the next word and program ourselves to not do it or, argue with the person that told us that. But children are incapable of processing that word. So, then we get upset with them because they didn't quit running. So, if you would just tell her to walk and what you want her to do instead.
I haven't ever thought about that because I'm always telling my children, don't do this, don't do that, stop doing this. And maybe I'm going to change now because of the K's Wednesday Wisdom to tell them, instead of don't do this, I'm going to flip it and do what I'm asking you to do, which makes sense.
It goes back to also so much of what a child hears is negative. Mm-hmm. Don't, stop, no, things like that. That when you say walk, that's a positive instead of a negative. So, when you look at society and you're talking about the stinking thinking between the ears, we're programming our children to have that stinking thinking when we sit there and go, stop, don't, no, and all these things. And so if you can phrase it in a positive manner, then you're also helping with creating a positive mindset.
There's one thing that you put on here, Kay, about understanding toddler behavior. And you wrote around age 1, many children begin asserting themselves by saying no. The University of Illinois Extension had mentioned that toddlers develop independence, which can sometimes be challenging for adults. It's normal for them to misunderstand directions or resist requests as they explore the world and learn to communicate. While they may seem defiant, it's often due to a lack of vocabulary and reasoning skills that you just talked about. And it's...
and if one of the words they've heard so much is no, it's going to be the first word they use back at you.
Yeah, I wonder that too, because Braylon is picking up every single thing that I'm putting down. She goes up to Mac now and says, Mac, if you don't do our dog, and she'll say, if you growl, I'm going to smack your booty, because I'll tell Mac I'm going to pop his hiney if he growls. Because Mac is a very good dog, but children do not get around dogs when they eat. And most dogs will be kind of upset about that. And I told Braylon, do not be around Mac when he eats. He's a very sweet dog, but when he's eating, get away from him. And he'll growl at him. And I told her that. And I said, Mac, I said one time, Mac, if you ever bite my children, I'm going to spank your hiney. Braylon heard me. And so this morning, she was laying with Mac on the couch, and which is okay. She lays on him sometimes, and he's okay. Well, he's getting older, so he gets a little grumpy, and he kind of growled a little bit. And she turned around to him, and she goes, don't you growl at me. I'm going to spank your hiney. And I was like, you're not going to do that, Braylon. She heard it from me. Mm-hmm. And I tell them no a lot, and that's probably exactly what you're saying, why they come back at me and say, no, Daddy. Mm-hmm. Great. I guess I'm just going to have to say yes all the time. No, I'm just kidding. But I will change the way.
Well, it's called freedom within limits. I mean, what is it that she can do? When you're telling her no, what is it that she could or could not do? If you're saying pick up your toys and she's saying no, Daddy, it's like, we need to rephrase it with, do you want to pick up the Legos first or do you want to pick up the Barbies first?
You wrote some things here, strategies to use during the no years. Do the no years ever stop, though?
No.
They keep going. No, they don't. I like these. You had 5 strategies here. One of them was adjust the situation. You said change the environment or routine when a child is under stress, such as during an illness or after a big change. Set firm boundaries, which you mentioned. Set the boundaries. Encourage cooperation. Here's a funny one. Braylon has finally started learning to use the potty. Now, she still messes up sometimes. She wears pull-ups, and then last week she got into the habit of thinking it was okay to TT in the pull-up, and we were like, do not do that. Now I've got to think about maybe there's a different way that I can word that, But perfect example on this is we encourage her when she uses the potty, and we'll say, "Yay, Braylon, good job, yay!" And she smiles real big. Which you know what she tells us now whenever she goes to the potty and she goes, she'll say, "Tell me, yay, Daddy." She'll tell me to tell her, and I'll go, "Yay, sweetheart." She goes, "No, say it loud." She wants us to say it loud. So in public, she'll go to the restroom and she'll come back and "Daddy, I went TT, yay!" But we're encouraging cooperation. We're encouraging her as she's doing that.
Something you can do with her is let her go to the store and pick out special panties that, like I mentioned earlier, Jeremy had the Winnie the Pooh panties or underwear.
Rick had Ninja Turtle
panties.
And so what you do is you give them those underwear, and then when they have an accident, you give them the thick, more or less uncomfortable underwear that kind of soaks up urine, and do away with the pull-ups except for nighttime and nap time. And when they soil the pretty panties, then they have to go to the other underwear because you have to wash them.
Yeah. Idea.
Have plenty on hand so you don't have to be washing every single time.
Get like the nice ones,
but, then there's a consequence to she got her nice underwear wet, so now she has to wear these, and she'll...
The second set puts sandpaper in them, right? I'm just kidding.
No.
That'll get you in trouble. Do not do that.
But between all the children, I had a collection of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Winnie the Pooh and Power Rangers and things like that. So by the time I got to Jeremy, we had several different kinds that he could pick out.
He had the choices. Well, this is good stuff. We're going to put this on our website under Kay's Wednesday Wisdom, so make sure you go to HelloHuntsvilleTX.com. Alternatives to saying no to young children also include some really good stuff on understanding toddler behavior. This will be really, really good for especially young parents or even your grandparents out there. We have a lot of grandparents that watch, and maybe you're struggling in this area too when the grandbabies come over to visit you. So make sure you read this article.
Now, this does not mean a lack of discipline. This does not mean that they go for free for all and get to do whatever they want. You need to impose limits. That's why I said freedom within limits, because right now we're free to drive anywhere we want in the United States. But if you start driving on the left-hand side of the road doing 110, you're going to have some nice silver bracelets to wear.
It's kind of like that collar you have over Rick with that electric fence around the yard. It's like you're allowed to go here. I always hear this like late at night, and I was like, "What is it? It's Rick over there? It's getting shot."
What happened? I wandered outside the limits.
Well, Kay, I know you got to go. It's a little bit after 8:15, but thank you for this. We will put this up on the website. Again, it's Kay's Wednesday Wisdom. Thank you for sharing this insight with us today.
I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me share.
You bet. Well, we're going to take a break, one more break, and we'll give away, again, Cafe Texan gift card, and all you got to do is text in, if I can find the keyword, there it is, cold, along with your name, on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139.
Oh, wait, if I leave and I text in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that count?
It could, possibly. So we'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is another edition of Good Morning Huntsville, brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori School. Stay with us, please.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
All right.
Not even my sunglasses.
All right, here we go. How about a little Rick's Top 10? Oh,
Okay.
this is a classic one today, Rick. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, so if you don't know this, I'd actually forgot about the top 10. So here, the top 10 works in kind of a really fun way that Rick may not necessarily know.
Yeah, these are all new to me.
Yeah, he knows at the time of publication. So, Rick, it's Rick's top 10 list. What do you got for us today?
Well, we're going to tell you the top 10 ways to celebrate National Winter Skin Relief Day.
So it is National Winter Skin Relief Day today.
Yeah.
Do you have winter skin?
Well, I've got skin all the time.
Winter Skin Day reminds us of all the ways we can keep our skin from withering under the harshest of elements. So, Rick, take it away. What do you got for us? How can we celebrate National Winter Skin Relief Day?
Well, we're going to start with number 10, the slip and slide home office. If you work from home, it's time to turn the hallway into a slip and slide with all that extra body lotion. Meetings are much more exciting when you arrive on a wave of shea butter.
Okay.
Okay, number 9, the Frostbite Fashion Show. Model winter's outfits that highlight all your best moisturized areas.
What's your best moisturizer?
Don't know.
Your elbows?
Categories include best glow under 3 layers and most creatively concealed flaking.
Can I share a brief story as we continue?
Certainly,
these?
Certainly.
When I had my IT company, we did work for a dermatologist. Mm-hmm. That office was flaky.
Was there a lot of skin flakes everywhere?
Yeah. I was like, y'all need to start using Head and Shoulders in this place.
Dandruff was an inch thick.
Anyways.
Looked like snow.
All right, Ray.
Oh, Balm and Ballads karaoke night.
Oh, okay.
Sing songs about dry skin and winter woes while applying copious amounts of lip balm. All by myself doesn't sound so sad when your lips are hydrated.
All right.
Where'd you get these, Rob?
It's the joy of a computer generation here.
Yeah. Number 6, the Great Chapstick Hunt. Hide chapsticks around the house and have a scavenger hunt. Winner gets a lifetime supply of lip balm and the title Smoothest Operator. Number 5, Grease Lightning Speed Dating.
Oh, this one's good.
Speed dating, but with a twist. Everyone has excessively greasy hands. See how many phone numbers you can get with the pickup line. Care for a slippery handshake?
Again, top 10 ways to celebrate National Winter Skin Relief Day.
Yeah. Sock puppet moisture theater.
Oh, man, this one doesn't sound good at all.
Create sock puppets, but only after using foot cream. Each puppet show must include a dramatic reading of the lotion bottle ingredients.
Oh, man.
Can you do a lotion bottle ingredient dramatic reading?
Let's see. Lotion bottle ingredients. Okay, you ready for this? Let's see what they include here. Okay. Lotions can contain a variety of ingredients, including I don't even know how to say the first word.
Emollients.
Emollients. Ingredients like water, lanolin, oil, glycerol, diluvirate, and citral esters. I'm reading all of these wrong. Glycerin, a humectant. What is that? Humectant?
I can't read it.
Humectant that attracts moisture to the skin. Distilled water, a diluent. Did I say that word right?
I don't know. I can't. It's too small for me to read.
Now the best one that you have to make sure you have, propandiol 1,3. It's a humectant. Oh, and then also gel maker. By the way, that's a trademark. It's got an R with a circle around it. Gel maker hydro, a thickener made of xanthium gum, hydropropyl guar, and sorbitol.
Sorbitol and it's xanthan gum.
That was look. Occlusives, pH adjusters, preservatives, and solvents.
Okay, I think you've lost the dramatic reading part.
Yeah, I did. Anyways, there you go, Rick.
Number 3, lotion potion number 9. Mixed up your moisturizers and have friends guess the ingredients. Is that a hint of coconut or just your pina colada from lunch?
Lotion potion number 9.
Okay. 24-hour moisturizer challenge. Set a timer and apply lotion every hour on the hour. By midnight, you'll be so slippery, no one can catch you to make you go to bed.
These would definitely help with the winter skin.
Yeah. Hydrate or hibernated. Play a game where you drink a glass of water every time someone complains about the cold. Stay hydrated or slip into a water-induced nap.
Now I want to tell you something. There's a full disclosure on this. There was a challenge. A radio station got sued from this. There was a hydration challenge of how they were giving away like an Xbox. And it was, and this is a true story. How much water could you consume and not go to the restroom? And a guy died from this challenge.
I believe that.
Yeah. So that one, please don't get into a water-induced nap. We're not encouraging that.
We're not. You can actually drown yourself.
Yes. All right, Rick, here we go.
The number 1, which is my favorite, Operation Exfoliation. Start the day with a team-building exercise. Everyone scrubs the person to the left. Goodbye, dead skin. Hello, personal space issues. That's not going to go over well while I work.
Oh, goodness. The top 10 ways.
I hope you guys got as much fun out of that as I did.
Top 10 ways to celebrate National Winter Skin Relief Day. That's Rick's Top 10.
Yay!
Exclusively here Wednesdays on Good Morning Huntsville. Thank you, my friend. That was Kay's idea to have your top 10, by the way.
Yeah, you really need to switch my sunglasses out for the green ones I wear.
Oh, man. There you go. Rick's Top 10. Good stuff, Rick.
Why, thanks, Ron.
I can't wait to celebrate the day. I was going to say to celebrate the day with you. I don't want to celebrate that day with you.
You want me to exfoliate your skin?
No, man.
I've got a sander around here somewhere.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, let's get to a few of you that are joining us this morning. How about Jennifer Augustinetti? Jennifer on with us today, and she was saying, now she is saying, good morning, a wintry Wednesday. Y'all find a good Bible study to attend this evening. Have a blessed day. So appreciate you, Jennifer. There are winter storm warnings in effect for our friends up in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro. They are expecting 2 to 4 inches of snow, a mix of snow and sleet, 1 to 2 inch. Even a ice could happen up in that area as well. Here, closer to home, and I like reading it directly from the National Weather Service. I don't mess around. Those guys, they know what they're doing. 31, it's still below freezing here, but the colder weather originally expected to come in, they are now saying it's going to remain above freezing here in Huntsville, which I just hate that. Because if it's going to rain, I would much rather have snow, sleet, or ice than a very cold, dreary rain. Guess what it's going to do tomorrow? High of 41. Originally they were saying 36 and snow showers. Mm-hmm. Now they're saying a high of 41, 80% chance of rain.
Yeah, it's going to rain.
Thursday night. Won't get to freezing. 34 and 100% chance of rain. And then Friday, the rain will move out, high of 42. We'll remain in the freezing back on Friday night, and then we'll get back up into the upper 50s by next week.
Well, we do tend to remain warmer when it's cloudy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of bummed out. I really enjoy, I went up to Fargo and I got my fair share of winter weather, but I'm really bummed out living down here in the South whenever we're on that precipice of wintry weather and it doesn't happen. Because I'm going to be honest, this is probably the only shot we're going to get this year. I just have a feeling that this is the only shot of wintry weather that we're going to get this year. I don't think we're going to get anything next month. I think that's my prediction, that this is it.
Well, you could leave now and go to Dallas.
Yeah, I guess. All right, we'll see you. You know what? That's actually a good idea. I should get the kids and go to Dallas and jump in the snow.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, never mind. It was funny when
I have no desire for snow.
When we were in Fargo, I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. I'm going to get the kids sleds. We didn't go outside one time with them.
Well, the wind's blowing 70 miles an hour and it's 14 degrees below.
Yeah, we were like, probably not. And I'm going to see if I can find a photo here. I don't know if I can. Let's see if maybe I typed in Braylon snow. This is what I love about Google Photos, by the way.
Yeah.
We did go outside one time in the snow. And let me just show you this picture here real quick. Where am I at, Rick? Let's see. Jennifer's still up there. Sorry, Jennifer. I'm going to pull you away. This was the am I still moving? Yeah. This was the snow that Braylon got to experience in Fargo.
In a wagon. What happened to sled?
In a wagon. I didn't want to do it. It's too much effort. Another inspiration, have children a little bit younger so you have energy. Don't wait till you're 40. I'm thankful, but, man, 40 and children. I posted this morning, my dogs have more. I just wish that I had the energy my dogs have.
Yeah.
I just wish
I saw
that
do. This morning, and I'm going, it'll never happen, buddy.
No, never will. So this was the big, you know what? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find this one here, Rick. You'll like this one. Hold on. I know folks can't see this.
I can.
Where are we at here? I don't know where it is. I had a really good photo back in the day, but I can't find it. It was Mac and yellow snow.
Never eat the yellow snow.
Yeah, don't do that. Well, let's head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We do have a winner today for the Cafe Texan gift cards that I am picking up on Thursday, by the way. They are not in our possession yet, but Tiffany has said we have them. And I want to encourage you, maybe you're a business owner this morning and you're trying to get the word out about your business. Rick supports our text line, 0 Degree Creations. You guys have been pretty busy, I know, hitting up a lot of shows and doing those kind of things. What is still the most popular freeze-dried candy?
Skittles.
The Skittles are the number one.
We have to call them Kittles, but that's what they're for.
They are very, very good stuff, and you got to make sure that you get the Skittles, and you can get those
at 0 Degree.
At 0 Degree, and get them during farmers market. Are you guys going to be out there this Saturday?
We won't be there this Saturday.
So you cannot get them at the farmers market. Oh, look who the winner is today.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, well, sorry, Rick, you can't win. Oh man, look who the winner is again.
How do you do that?
I think, you know what, because here, hold on. This is I'm gonna give an allowance on this one, okay?
Because I picked it twice.
No, because I always say you can't be in here and win, right?
All right.
So let's head over to that 0 Degree Creations phone and text line for our winner today. I'll let you handle this call. You may know this person.
I think I probably do.
She's probably in a meeting already.
Hello? Who is this? Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hey, since you're not in the studio, I've allowed a variance. Now Rick was sitting right by
you picked Rick. You picked Rick first, and then I'm second.
I didn't. The randomizer did.
Randomizer did.
I saw it come up.
So
Rick saw it.
It was meant to be.
We have 20 text messages on this morning, and Rick saw it.
Yeah.
I said, well, you can't win. And then I hit it again, and it went to you, Kay. So we'll give you the gift card, all right? So
See,
congratulations.
I spoke it into existence. Except that what's in between your ears, that mindset. I'm a winner today.
Our faithful audience has now dropped off. They're like, we're not watching this scam show anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Collusion.
Well, Kay, Rick has a very important question for you this morning.
What are you thankful for today, honey?
It's not every day you can say that to the caller.
Or at all.
What'd you say, Rob?
I said it's not every day that you can say that to the caller. You can call the caller honey.
I don't know. Have you met Rick?
Well,
Did I call you honey?
Yeah. Well, what are you thankful for, Kay?
I'm thankful for the ability to laugh today.
All right. Well, there you go.
There needs to be more laughter.
Good. I like it. All right, Kay. Well, have a blessed day. Gift card coming tomorrow, by the way.
All right. Thank y'all.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That
I
was
can't
pretty-
believe that was.
And Rick was right there.
At first it picked me because I texted in yesterday. Then it picked Kay.
You know what I need to do? I need to have a way that this thing will where I could show it on the screen. And it's like
that'd be
great.
great.
And then boom, it lands on it. But
That's a great idea.
I don't have that much expertise, if you will, on how to do that. So
I don't have a clue.
well, Rick, it's 8:39. Good show today. A lot of fun. What does the rest of the day look like for you, my friend?
I have to go to the doctor, and I don't know how long that'll take.
It's better like saying I have to go to the proctor. At least you don't have to go there.
This is the oncologist.
This is different doctor. So, well, we love you, Huntsville. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for all that you do. It's been a fun morning here. Again, check our website, by the way. We've got a lot of stuff up there, a lot of stories online at hellohuntsvilletx.com, and we will have that latest Kay's Wednesday Wisdom as well, so make sure that you read that. Our newsletter goes out on Thursdays. That newsletter now reaching 2,100 subscribers, which is really great.
That's pretty good.
Thankful for that. 49% of them open it. We're down to 49% versus 50.1%. So we're still right there on the cusp.
Maybe you need to put something important in there.
Yeah, probably give away Cafe Texan gift cards.
Yeah, I'd open that every time.
So, but hey, Rick, anything else, man, before we go? It's been fun. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for the top 10. That's always my favorite new part of the show, too, now.
Is that going to be on your website?
It will, yeah. We should put it there, yeah. We should put it on there, actually. We should put it on the newsletter.
It's pretty funny.
We should put that on the newsletter.
We might ought to.
Yeah, so. Well, thank you, Rick. What else today? You going to the doctor and then just calling it a day?
No, I've got things I need to do. I've got to rebuild the database over at Children's House, which died. I don't know why.
Sounds like an old, like from back in the 80s with IBM mainframe. Well, I got to rebuild the database.
Well, I'll do that after I get back from the doctor.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend. God bless you. Hey, support Rick, too. He's got 0 Degree Creations. They are a freeze-dried candy company here in town, and you will normally see them at the farmers markets, but anywhere that you see, they also have their candy over at Home to Sweets, the hotels here in Huntsville. But if you see Rick around town, you see 0 Degree, make sure that you buy their products and continue to support local business. The kids especially love that kind of stuff. I love the Skittles, or the Zittles, if you will. They're not bad. But that's the only time that it's okay to have a zit is when you eat them. Rick.
Is Z-I-D-D.
Zittles, yeah. All right, well, that'll wrap it up. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Jason Bay back with us from First Baptist. We'll also have our good friend Rob Mason coming on. He's going to share a little bit about his backstory. A great man here in our community that has joined our church, but he's going to share some stories about what God's doing in his life. We'll also have another young man that's going on a mission trip that we wanted to highlight what he's working on. So we've got a great program tomorrow as well, and then we'll wrap it up on Thursday with Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. So I end every show reminding you this morning we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Many of you I know chiming in today, and didn't get a chance to get to all of you, but thank you for being here. So get out there and make a difference. All right, Rick, we'll see you. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, sir.